We have quite a neat comparison for you fine folks today. Phil Heath, 2018, versus nowadays Andrew Jacked, 2025. This, of course, is the Romania Muscle Fest Pro. We will also have a look at the Olympia version, his most recent Olympia version. This is a fan voted on request. Would you fellers like to see the rest of these, including that Martin fly off the handle Fitzwater versus Dexter Jackson? That wouldn't be pretty interesting. Get this video up to 300 likes. I will do all of them, but on with this comparison. Like I said, this is a neat one, an interesting one. We're going to not only look at the Romania Muscle Fest Pro, but also the Mr. Olympia version. Because if I just showed one or the other, you guys would cry that not cry like weep, but holler that I should have did both. So I'm going to do both for you fine folks. Many of you are going to be confused because there will be people in the comment section below saying Phil is winning this and Phil is winning that. I've been watching bodybuilding for a couple of minutes, few years, and I fail to see how Phil Heath would defeat Andrew Jacked in this pose. Just because his wheels are a little thicker. They're a lot thicker. They're substantial for sure. But look at the rest of the physique, the midsection, even the arms of Andrew Jacked. And you Andrew naysayers, come on, Mark's Max Muscle, he has oil in the arms. Well, here is the Romania Muscle Fest Pro. Now the angle of this one, it's down low, so I made him a little bit shorter than at the Olympia. You have to take all that into consideration. Great finish here. I actually think he is better at the Romania than at the Olympia. His wheels somehow seem a little more symmetrical. They're drier as well, I would suggest. So out of the front, guys, gals, I just do not see any way around this. And you at home shouldn't either. You guys should see it my way for that one. I'm just kidding. It's bodybuilding. Here is the front lat spread. Okay. All right. Now, Andrew Jacked, just like Milos Sarcev said, he has one of the... Sarcev said, that's tough. He has one of the best front lat spreads. But as I pointed out, he is kind of hit or miss. If he doesn't open up, I just don't think he knows exactly what he looks like when he's hitting this. He probably assumes he is opened up in the lats, but he's not. Is he still beaten, Phil? Well, here's the Romania, which was just what? 1, 2, 3, 3 or 4 weeks later. So you can improve certain aspects. But I am sure it's just the fact that he is opening up a whole lot more. You relax the back. Sometimes it kinks up on you. You guys ever have a muscle kink up on you like a hamstring in the middle of the night? Ah! Or a calf? That's terrible. But Andrew Jacked, he is clearly the winner. He is clearly the dominant man coming out of the front. It's the midsection. It's this. It's that. It's the structure. With these two structures, Phil is in for a battle. Now turn to the side, in which case, advantage Phil. You see, he was losing from the front. You could see the midsection. Take that out of the equation, and Phil Heath is every inch a muscle man. Compared to Andrew Jacked, Andrew looks a little bit, I don't want to call him lanky, but you got to look at Phil in the arm department, compare the wheel for wheel, the lag for lag, and even in the chest. Phil has a massive big man's chest, for sure. Now, this is the Olympia. Now, keep a close eye on Andrew Jacked. You see that? You see him at the Romania? Now, granted, the camera is nice and low. Way down there, cuddled in the corner, ready to snap that pose. But Andrew also, he's bending at the knees a little bit more. You see Phil Heath, when he was doing the announcing at the Olympia, he said that Andrew, he should bend more at the knees. So I think he took his advice. And look at the rear delt on Andrew Jacked. Definitely a little closer using this version here of Andrew Jacked. And like I said, You know, if you want to say that Andrew Jacked is winning, if you believe that he's winning, then by the jump-ins, he is winning. Because it's bodybuilding. It's the last sport where you have your own free will. You know, here's the side tricep. You can't say, Mike Tyson, I'm going to knock your head off. You can't say, after he knocks somebody's head clean off, gnarls away at his ear, you can't say, well, I think the other guy won. You'd be wrong, you know. Except for Evander. Evander did beat him. Now, the side tricep is actually a toss-up. You can see the midsection of Phil. Not the worst, but not the best. Absolutely, I've seen it better. The rest of the physique, arm, in particular the arm, he's beating Andrew, but Andrew has some style and grace. A lot of grace, actually. And when it comes to Phil Heath, he never really excelled in the grace area. He kind of just went out there and flexed, which is fine to win 8 Olympias. You don't need to have grace to win the Olympia. You can't get grace with salad. Here is the back. You see, up until now, I would have said Andrew Jacked. He's actually beating Phil. But look at the condition. Phil Heath, he has, well, this isn't his prime. It really isn't, folks. It's kind of a misconception. He has some good condition here. He has some good detail in the back. But he was twice as big the year prior. I'm telling you right now, 2017. He downsized. He downsized absolutely. Tried to suck that gut in 2018, but it did take away from the width. But have a zoom in on the back, glutes, hamstrings. Phil Heath, he is still defeating Andrew Jacked in the muscle separation department. Take your pick. Andrew sure is big, though, isn't he? Here is the Romania Muscle Fest Pro. Hum indeed. You guys notice his lats look a whole lot different? And I thought it was just because he was opened up more so in the front shots. But now this is off topic because Andrew Jacked, he's the tops. But do you guys think that it's possible that some of these guys are injecting? Injecting in their lats? We won't even name any names for this young man, but we can tell that this guy here, he's got something going on in his lats. And it was at the Romania Muscle Fest Pro. So do you think there was somebody back there? He did the good job on the high-end guys, and then he just give the other guys whatever he had left? I'm no expert on this. But, I mean, there's something strange in that neighborhood. So, but either way, here is the rear lat spread. And Andrew Jacked, maybe he trained differently. He had a month, right? 4 weeks to pump those lats up. So either way, Phil Heath, he's still winning this one, right? Muscle separation. Zoom in on this, people. I'm still thinking about those last couple of pictures of that guy. And don't you people be naming names. I'm sure some of you smarty pantses know exactly who that guy was. Mentioned him in my wrap-up video for the Romania. But this video is about Phil versus Andrew Jacked. And if you are under the impression that Mr. Olympias are won from behind, then I guess you're in favor of Phil Heath. Because this rear double, smaller, yes, more compact, more petite, if you will. But look at the detail on this man, Phil Heath. Even in the arms, Andrew Jacked, he was making everybody else on the Olympia lineup look like they had, I hate to say this, but girly arms. Even though Andrea Shaw has better arms than our Mr. Olympia. But you know what I mean. He made everybody else look like they had puny arms. But Phil Heath, he's got some guns, absolutely. And in the lower half, it is the same situation. Phil Heath, he is winning on condition, muscle separation. But you know what? Phil lost his title to a guy in Sean Roden, and he was defeating him in the back shots. Here is the Romania. Look at the condition of Andrew Jacked. So, all lats aside here, which they might even look better at the Olympia in the rear double, not in the rear lat. But look at the condition. Andrew Jacked, I don't think I've ever seen him so dry. I'd have to do a side-by-side with some other versions, but man, oh man, he could win the Mr. Olympia title if he just dries it out just a little bit more. Actually, forget that. He could win the Olympia nowadays with just this. I think he could. It's a little bit better than he was at the Olympia, I think. So that's all it was going to take. Phil Heath, one of the best of all time in both back shots, and he is that way for a reason. Put him up against anybody, and he's going to come out the winner in both shots. Here is the abs and thigh. You could say the same thing about Andrew Jacked and the abs and thigh against most people anyway. And I guess you could say the same thing about Phil Heath. I guess there would be a couple of bodybuilders that would beat him. You Colemanites probably seethed at that comment. Well, there you go. Coleman is the best. He's beaten everybody. Dorian Yates, too. You Dorianites. You guys get so picky at times. But I love yous. I love yous as a group. Andrew Jacked, not one by one, remember that. Andrew Jacked, he is the Mona Lisa. They should have called him the David. Mona Lisa's a girdle, not a boy. Andrew's a man, you see. So, here, sometimes, yes, I do amuse myself. Here is the Romania, and I don't know. And I don't like pointing the finger at sites, because I don't know anything about it. I'm from an old hick town. We live in farms. People think creatine's steroids around here. They really do. They're still bigger and stronger than me. There's a farm boy down the road. He can bench press 600 pounds without even knowing it. One in each hand. That's a combination of 1,200 pounds. Well, I'm just joking. But all jokes aside, there's definitely a lump. There is lumps in the gravy, folks. Not as bad as the other bird that we seen earlier, but definitely something to consider. Here's the most muscular. Another Phil Heath pose. Phil winning the both back shots. Is he winning both side shots? Maybe. And the most muscular as well. Andrew Jacked, structurally speaking, this guy is immense. This guy is incredible. But muscle for muscle, you look at the arms, look at the legs. I mean, you cannot in good conscience say Andrew Jacked is beating Phil. And like I said, this is not Andrew Jacked at his best. Look at him at the Romania. Sure, he's hitting the pose a lot different, but he is a lot closer to old Fiddler's Phil. And the midsection. Look at Andrew Jacked in the midsection. He is good. He is, in fact, very good. And a lot drier here, I would suggest, at the Romania. Looks like he's beaten Phil. Look at Phil's big cannon balls for delts. They're huge. But having said that, who is actually winning this one? I think it is possible, folks, that today's day and age, with the focus, the major focus on the midsection, I think that the 2025 Romania Muscle Fest Pro version of Andrew Jacked could get a victory over Phil Heath. But back then, if you had thrown Andrew Jacked on that Olympia stage, well, I was going to say Phil would have beat him, but Phil didn't beat Sean Roden. And it was pretty close between Roden and the Olympia version of Andrew Jacked. If I'd have used a Romania in a comparison with Sean Roden, he may have defeated him. So it is not a stretch of the imagination. I mean, if you're asking me, of course I prefer Andrew Jacked. Absolutely. All lumps in the gravy aside. You guys remember that commercial? And I asked you guys if you guys remembered that milkshake song. Nobody mentioned it. It hurt my feelings. Boom, jaboom. My milkshake. You guys really don't remember that one? Come on. Somebody. At least one comment about that milkshake song. Thong, the thong, thong, thong. That was another one. Hit thumbs up on the video, folks. Let me know, is there a lump in the gravy, or is Andrew Jacked beating Phil? I'll say he is. Have a great one.